YouTube? It's your boy Peasy. Shout out to everybody that's part of the Rpsr surgery room. I appreciate all y'all love and support. Shout out to Angry Man. He sent a lot of people over here to my channel. He showed love, man. Angry Man been one of the top red pill content creators for a while, man. He don't even leave his videos up, but he still got a influence like a motherfucker, man. So shout out to Angry Man and shout out to the Masculine Mercenaries. Much love. So yeah, man, today we gonna we're gonna kind of get into it a little bit, man. Cause there was some good points made and some interesting things that happened the other day on Angry Man's stream, right? And I'm sure a lot of y'all probably know about it, but we ain't even finna address that situation or that individual. We're gonna get deeper into the mindset that men should avoid and the programming that has been done to us that should be reversed. And a lot of us in this sector, we're you know, once you take the red pill, you can't half-ass the fucking pill. Like, somebody made a good point. I want to say it was Gino or something. It's like, you know, once you take this fucking red pill, knowledge is, you're like a sponge now, because you can't just flip the switch and just all of a sudden, you know, become this alpha male and, you know, operate in a, you know what I'm saying, in a way that you need it to be. So it takes a level of reprogramming, and reprogramming comes with being in this space. And that's what kind of brings everybody together, because, you know, we growing at the same pace, so it's more of a community of brotherhood. But one of the things that they were talking about is the Gynocracy, right? And I'm sure, like, they were talking, you know, Angry Man don't usually keep a lot of his videos up, so sometimes people may come through that don't really know much about the red pill space. And I might do a video on, like, what content creators people should go listen to and check out. So, are you a male member of the Gynocracy? Are you a member of the Gynocracy? Many men are unknowingly members of the Gynocracy. Some men are knowingly members of the Gynocracy too. So you got some men who don't know, and you got some who do know. Very few do know, though. We know that the majority of the world is blue pill. You know, a lot of people are naive and don't know the information that we know. So some men are knowingly members of the Gynocracy, and these would be, you know, example of that type of guy would be like Derek Jackson, the YouTuber, you know. Just, you know, he's on that side of the battlefield, right? Some of you don't even know what the Gynocracy is, though. Like, and we're gonna get into that. Like, salute to all the red pill creators, man, because it's God's plan that some of us get this information, as well as his plan for some of us to be vessels of knowledge and wisdom in this space. We are blessed, fellas, and you know, praise to the Most High. So the Gynocracy is the system fueled by feminist agendas, and as well as racist agendas of the elite. That's my definition. That's what I see is going on. And it, you know, it could be a little bit deeper than that. I think I could have explained that a little bit better, but that's kind of how I see it, though. So if you've been paying attention to, like, the current state of our society, you would notice a strong influence of femininity amongst men, or amongst the media. A lot of media that we see, and even current events too, like the Will and Jada situation. Situations like that, they perpetuate the idea of female dominance over men, especially black men. This has is also, you know, another side of the coin, which is, you know, over time it's led to an overly sexualized society of American women, especially black women. Men are naturally leaders, and in order for women to be leaders and try to change it with the gynocracy, they have to subdue masculinity. Someone has to be in a submissive and the other one has to be in a dominant state. This is done by the powers that be, aka the gynocracy led by feminists, and the elite, and some women are outspoken feminists, and some of them aren't fully aware that they're feminists. So that's part of the gynocracy on both ends. You got men who don't know they're part of the gynocracy, and you got men that do know. And you got women who don't know they're part of the gynocracy, and you got women who do know and are fully aware. But the thing is, there are more women that know they're part of the gynocracy than men that know. Men aren't usually intentional members of it. You see what I'm saying? It's usually forced onto them, the majority. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't it seem like, an increased amount of like fuckery that's been going on though, and happening like to stand up men in the black community? Like they've been, a lot of different stuff has been coming out. People going to jail, people being Me Too, and it's just like, I mean, if your spidey senses ain't tingling on that shit, bro, I don't know what to say. Why is that? I believe it's an attempt to subdue masculinity in order to ultimately escape accountability, pretty much. In order to have the power of masculinity without the accountability. That's the main goal of the gynocracy. In order to maintain a matriarchal society and power structure, men have to, as a majority, buy into the process. And usually, they have to do it unknowingly. An overwhelming amount of men have been raised by single mothers. And a lot of them single mothers, or even if a two-parent home too, where your dad wasn't like a stand-up man's man, you grow up in those situations and you've had a lot of feminist ideologies pushed onto you. You know what I'm saying? Such as women are sugar and spice, and you had your grandma saying, hey, find you one girl and settle down, even though you was 17, 18 years old. Or, you know what I'm saying, just a lot of things forced on us, by the people who were our caretakers. And I say forced because the majority of them don't really understand that they're members of the gynocracy. You see what I'm saying? They don't know. Sometimes, intentional. Sometimes it's not intentional. Hence, I feel like, most women are unaware that they operate as part of the gynocracy. So the gynocracy is the evil behind the family court laws, marriage laws, child support laws, slut walks, the Me Too movement. You know what I'm saying? Other things like that. OnlyFans, Instagram, seeking arrangements. That type of shit has been put in place, guys. I truly believe this shit just about, sexual liberation, bro, and power over men. That's the ultimate goal. You feel me? So this is somewhat, why they try to make it acceptable for young boys to identify with sexual orientations as, he's 11 years old, 10 years old, but, he's a girl. He feels like he's a girl. He feels he ain't even got into puberty yet. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times it be men who are part of the gynocracy, like D Wade, who's unaware, being led by a woman in that dynamic to where the Most High don't like that. We all know the Most High don't like that. The Most High know that he looking at him like, hey, you didn't step down and correct your son. That's not my way. I'm sure he, it's just like that, man. And you gotta have a sense of fucking dignity and have some fucking goals and morals and some fucking standards to be able to stand on your fucking principles as a man. You know, so like, you know, this leads to men like growing up, you know, not knowing themselves or not being taught how to be leaders properly. And a lot is done due to the high divorce rate too, fueled by hypergamy and sexual liberation. So you got kids, a lot of kids, especially in the black community, being raised in gynocentric ideology. Like, it is crazy, man. Knowingly or unknowingly. So these men therefore grow to become part of the gynocracy, and they operate in a way where they are programmed to stray away from the divine masculine energy that fuels men, to be men of God, to be leaders, fathers, productive humans. Are you part of the gynocracy? Are you part of the gynocracy? If you're not red pill aware, and if you know what I'm saying, you ain't been on this shit for a while, it's a good chance you probably are. And it's a good chance that some of us that are reforming, you know, out of that bad, fucked up programming, that you still may be doing things that you don't even know go against your masculine energy and go against the divine energy that God has set to the side for you as your fucking superpower, man. It's your superpower. Yeah, man. But yeah, are you a member of the gynocracy? Ask yourself. It's your boy Peasy, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Get your boy likes up, man. Hey, this shit gonna get better and better, man. We're gonna really get deep into this shit, man. And I really appreciate all y'all support. And we're just gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep growing together. And we're gonna keep this shit rocking, man. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Take care.